I know what you're thinking right now. Boss Cup finished like 3 months ago. Why the hell are you making these videos right now? Well, I started making these video recaps after event 5, so I figured we would go back and see what happened in the beginning of this cup and what set the tone for what turned out to be one of the most exciting cups I've ever played. And if you haven't watched these recaps before, don't worry, I won't spoil anything, so you can just keep watching from this one and keep going through all the 15 events, see the crazy ending to an insane cup, or just watch this video, see some nice replays, and then go about your day, I guess. I don't know, I'm not your boss, you can do whatever you want. But this first event was created by Bjenn, who is both the host and creator of the cup, and this is the only event that he made. Now, I think it was supposed to be a fairly large and complex level, but I think he changed his mind and instead turned it into actually a very short level, which might be nice as kind of a warm-up for the cup. You basically start up here, you try to get here to the right in the fastest way possible, get the first apple. Once you take this apple, you just go back to the left, come down here and somehow navigate through these like fragments of a polygon, get the flower. So a very simple level, a very short level, and it turned out to be an action-packed first event. Jumping straight into the results for this event, as you can imagine, the times were very close as this was a very short and fairly simple level. We see some familiar events as we go up towards the top 10, but as you can tell already, the times are very close, 25, 24, and just barely scratching 23 here in 10th place, which was actually my time. So I figured we'll start by watching my replay and then work our way up to first place and see what people came up with. Starting towards the right, no choice. Working our way down here to the bullet, I chose to go for this kind of jump. Oh, by the way, this is what I call the bullet. I don't know if it's supposed to be one, but it kind of looks like it. And then coming up here, and pushing from the wall here, getting the apple with the head, and then coming down here towards the left. You want maybe to make a long jump, but I couldn't, so I pushed a little bit from that spike here, then pushed down from the bottom of this polygon, dropping down in the drop and getting the flower at 2381. So a fairly simple level. It's just a few main parts that you have to do. A long jump probably would have helped, but I guess we'll see what people come up with when we go up the ranks. In 9th place, we had Andri at 2380, just 1/100th of a second faster. So let's check out his replay and if there were any differences. And here's Andri, also going to the right, of course. Different start, goes head first down here, and then jumps up. And let's see, different apple as well, and manages to get a push here from the wall instead. And let's see, he has a little bit more speed than me, I think. And yes, he's able to do the long jump with that speed. And then coming down here towards the flower, 1/100th of a second faster. And the question, of course, is where did he lose time? Where did he gain time? Or was it all just the same throughout the run? And while we could merge the replays right now and see what the differences were, I think if we just make our way up the list, we're gonna find out what the faster style is. So in 8th place, we have Barry P at 2371, improving 0.09 on Andri's time. So let's check out that replay. Now, Barry P, the UK Husky, going not head first, doing the same start as I did, and coming here towards the apple, but doing the Andri turn here, getting the push on the wall as well, so you get that enough speed in order to make the long jump. And let's see, yes, he does it. Push down, maybe not the hardest push from the bottom there, and avoiding all the fragments, coming in at 2371. And we're moving fast, it's not very long replays, and we'll just keep going up the list. In 7th place, Docraft at 2367, improving 0.04 on Very Peace time. Very close times right now. Now Docraft, will you do head first or bottom first? Bottom first, or wheels first, I guess. Yeah, looks like the same start as me and Barry P. Coming up here towards the apple, and also doing this low push here, getting the push from the side. Probably will make the long jump as well. Let's see here, coming around for the push out, and nice, good hard push from the bottom. Little bit different kind of drop actually. Ooh, that drop looked maybe harder than ours, but apparently he got a faster time with it. So well done, Docraft. And moving up in 6th place, Blastek, the Norwegian Husky, comes in at 2351. So far we only improved 0.3 since we started at my time at 2381. So let's check out Blastek's replay. Now let's see, most likely gonna be this wheels first, right? Yeah, looks like it. Maybe that's the fastest start, we still don't know for sure. Let's see, getting the push here, grabbing the apple, and going for the long jump as well. Let's see if he does the same kind of crazy drop. Gets a little gas in the ceiling there as well. Very nice. Looks to be the normal drop, the one we've seen before. Getting a gas here on the wall, barely avoiding that fragment on the way down here. Let's see. Here, very close with the head. If it doesn't turn here, he will hit the head, but by turning, you kind of move away your chin a little bit, so your head doesn't occupy the space anymore. Very beautifully done by Blastek. Now let's see, entering the top 5. In 5th place, we have Audi at 23:35, actually improving almost like 0.15 on Blastek's time. Let's check it out. We see here Audi coming. Is it going to be the same start? Looks like it. Wheels first, getting around here, down to the bullets. Let's see the turn. Goes with a wheel a little bit above the ground there, and comes down, getting the same push, getting a long jump. No gas in the ceiling. Coming around here, good push from the bottom. Very hard push there. Getting a lot of gas on the wall as well, and coming in at 23:35. Very nice Audi. And yeah, we're moving very quick right now. In 4th place, Pocho. Actually, Audi also came in at 4th place, it looks like. Both Pocho and Audi come in at 23:35, so they get a shared 4th place and get 67.5 points each because they split the points of 4th and 5th place combined. So let's check out Pocho's replays, and maybe this one will merge just because it's the exact same time. Let's see if there's any shenanigans or if it's identical styles. Wheels first, coming around here, down to the bullets, coming up here towards the apple. Little bit different turn here. Audi came with wheel up, Pocho did some braking even. Let's see, going for the long jump here. Tiny gas in the ceiling. Extra Ola here to get a good push down. And then a little bit different end as well, I believe. Let's merge those replays just to see if there were any significant differences that we can find. Let's see, we'll be following Pocho here, but we have Audi here in the background as well. Actually, Pocho here with the P8 or P8 shirt. Audi here with the smiley shirt. And so far it looks like very identical styles, just a tiny difference. But let's see, we know the turn was a little bit different, and I'll do it in slow motion because it's so fast everything. We see here Audi coming with the wheel up, while Pocho has both wheels down and actually goes for a tiny bit of brake. And Audi might be a tiny bit faster here. He gets the push he gets the apple at 10:29, while Pocho gets it at 10:30 or 10:36. So Pocho is a tiny bit behind, as you can even tell right now. But let's see, when they come here to the push, Pocho gets this extra alo in here, gets a really hard push, and actually a little bit more leftwards, which means he will be able to gas sooner, but Audi got a more straight down push, which means he has more downward speed anyway. And let's see, both gassing here on the wall, both coming in very identically. And maybe if Pocho didn't hit those last 2 small fragments, he could have made it. Just goes to show how much those tiny details can matter. But moving on, in 3rd place, getting on the podium, we have Zero at 23:31, improving 0.04 on Pocho's time. Let's see Zero's run, starting here, looks the same as the previous ones. Comes down here on the bullet. Let's see the turn. A little bit wheel up with through a push, so kind of a hybrid. And getting the apple at 10:20, which is much faster than the previous rounds we've seen. Coming in for the drop here. Let's see, gets an early gas on the wall, but also lets go of the wall pretty soon. But good enough for a 3rd place and very nice replay. It's almost hard to have time to analyze the replays when they're so fast. But moving on, in 2nd place, we have Rope, or Robe, I'm never really sure how to pronounce it. But insane showing by Robe, beating Zero, Pocho, Audi, Blasi, beating a lot of really good players, and getting in at 23:27. So insane time. Let's see the replay. Now let's see Robe's time. Is it going to be the same thing, or looks like the same start? Looks like low FPS actually. If you check how the bike kind of stutters a little bit, this is usually indicative of someone playing at low FPS. You can see it like tiny lags in how it runs. And actually a different kind of push. He does a back wheel push here. And yeah, his time at the apple is different because he did a different style as well. But that back wheel with a little bit of gas looked really fast actually. And I mean, it did get him a second place. But if you look here, compared to the other replays that we've seen, that kind of did an extra vault, he doesn't really. He just breaks and gets the apple barely, and then comes down here, gets a push with gas on the wall so he can get down sooner here, gas all the way, get an extra push here, and gets the long jump easily, and has a lot of downwards momentum for the final drop. And let's see how he handled this wall again. He clears these first two fragments with a few pixels, and then just gasses all the way on the wall, keeping a lot of speed and getting the flower. Very beautiful round by Rope, and really fun to see a different style at the wall in this second place replay. So exciting stuff, and that only leaves one place left, and no cup is complete without, of course, the legendary player JT. JT clinches the first place in the first event of Boss Cup with a time of 23:24, beating Rope by 0.03 seconds, which is insane margins. But yeah, since we started, we've only improved 0.57 or so, and that's in 10 places. So every hundredth of a second counts. Every centisecond? Is that how you say it? Every centisecond counts. And JT manages to push his time a few centiseconds more. So let's check out that replay and see if there is anything different. JT starting here as well. Now, is this going to be the same style as Rope, or is it going to be the same that everybody else did with the front wheel push? Let's see here, coming up towards the wall and breaking. Actually, it looks like it is the Rope style. Maybe that was the winning move that allowed you to get the first or second place. Different kind of long jump. Nice, gets in a vault back here to get more push downwards. And then gassing and actually jumping away from the wall a little bit. But yeah, here we see the same kind of break and push, just barely getting the first apple here with front wheel. Boom. And then coming down here, gassing a little bit on the wall to get down sooner, so you can gas all the way down here. And he actually does a little bit different vault combination here, but in the end it's the same, getting a push here from the wall, gassing a little bit as well, so you can get out here to the left. But here he actually does something different. He pushes out from this wall, and don't know if it's faster. He doesn't really get a gas here on that wall, but doesn't matter. JT gets the first place. Let's merge JT's and Rope's replays just to see if there was any move that could have made a difference. Now, JT doesn't have a shirt, so he will be the shirtless guy here. And Rope is the one at the bottom here with the black shirt. So here we have Rope and here we have JT. We'll be following JT because he won. So pretty much identical starts here. Let's see, I think they had a little bit different turn here, but no, it's pretty much completely identical. And so far, JT got the apple at 990, while Rope got it at 1002. And we can see that JT is in the lead actually. Maybe not by 0.1 seconds actually, but close to. He's like one wheel ahead. And then they do the different kind of vault combinations here, both getting the push. JT is still a little bit ahead, I believe. Yeah, he's a little bit further down than Rope and gets the gas a little bit sooner. So right now it looks like the HG should win, but JT did jump from the wall and we can see Rope is still gassing and catching up actually. And thanks to that gassing, he manages to beat JT. Sorry, he manages to catch up, but he doesn't beat JT. And JT wins. He could just have won by probably a bigger margin if he didn't jump out here. But I guess he didn't have the same compression. As you can tell, JT hits the wall here. He starts compressing his bike a little bit sooner. And then Rope hitting the wall all the way down here. And from now, JT's head is actually moving up, while Rope is still compressing. So this is why JT has to jump here, because otherwise he would crash into these two fragments down here. Whereas Rope is still compressed and can still gas and manages to just barely clear these fragments here, which JT couldn't because he had a different kind of push. So this is what allowed Rope to stay on the wall here and gas all the way and actually almost catch up to JT. But in the end, it was not enough. And JT is the winner of Boss Cup Event 1. Beautiful stuff by JT. Clinches the first place, gets the 100 points for first place, and is the first and current leader of the Boss Cup. Yeah, this was a pretty simple level with not that much differences in styles, but I promise you, just from the next level, things are gonna change a lot, and we're gonna see a lot of crazy replays, crazy styles, and crazy times. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in Event 2.